I'm Gina Mizell here with Letourneau. We are in Seattle at Husky Stadium, where on Saturday, Washington beat Oregon State 37-13. The Beavers could not capitalize on last week's huge upset win against Arizona State at home. They fall behind 17-0 early on. Couple mini rallies, but really just a game that Washington led end to end, and Oregon State just never really could recover.
Yeah, and to me it wasn't the same thing as what we saw last year. The effort was there, the intention was there, they just couldn't execute, especially a lot of mental lapses on defense. I think it really started with that Ryan Murphy miscue on the Washington's first touchdown early, where he just got completely turned around. His back was to the wide receiver, and it was just a lot of those types of mistakes tonight.
Yeah, which is surprising. Again, we've talked about how veteran this defense is, and they seem to have corrected a lot of those mistakes against a really powerful Arizona State offense, but a lot of those popping up again in the 11th game of the season, which is a little bit surprising. But I think where the game really turned tonight was Oregon State goes on a late touchdown drive. They crawl out of their own end zone, basically, get those 7 points, come back, they're driving. Ramel Dockery has just come down with a really nice diving catch, and the very next play, Sean Mannion throws an interception. It gets returned, and Washington only kicked a field goal, but that kind of just seemed to completely change the momentum of this game.
Yeah, it seemed like whenever they started to get momentum, they shot themselves in the foot. They were really their own worst enemy, as cliche as that is to say. that was the case tonight, and it couldn't have been really higher stakes for this team. They could have gotten bowl eligibility if they had won tonight. Now they're looking at a pretty daunting task of having to beat the number 3 team in the nation to get bowl eligible.
Yeah, you only got to win the Civil War. It is at home, but you got to beat the Mighty Ducks, who are trying to get into playoff mode, or trying to be one of those 4 teams that gets into the playoff. But yeah, it's a very difficult task ahead for this Oregon State team, and Washington is now bowl eligible, and this kind of felt like whichever team won this game tonight was going to represent the Pac-12 in a bowl game, and whichever team didn't was going to be home for the holidays.
And it probably will unfold that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a couple other newsy items. Teron Ward obviously did not play tonight, co-starting running back for Oregon State. Chris Brown, the new backup running back, he hurt his shoulder. Mike Riley says he will be out for the rest of the season, which of course means he will be out next week, so that'll be something to monitor moving forward as well.
Damian Haskins time.
Yeah, Damian Haskins time. The redshirt freshman, he got some carries late, but we'll see how that continues to transpire throughout the week. But we will be here giving you all the Civil War coverage over Thanksgiving week, but for now, we're still in Seattle, but we're going to sign off. So for Letourneau, I'm Gina Mizell. Again, Washington beats Oregon State 37-13 in Seattle. We'll catch you next time.